This will be my evaluation question 2 answer. In our opening sequence to our film 35, we represented single mothers as being very stressed as they go through day-to-day life. We achieved this by including clips like the shot of the mother at the end as the children leave the house. We went from a medium shot as we see the children leave the house and then zoom in onto the mother's face as she rests her head on the staircase. The zoom in on her face shows she has a tired and stressed look. This connotes the feel that she is stressed and finds dealing with 2 children on her own a very difficult task. We also shot a clip of the mother smoking on her own in the kitchen. We used a long shot to show her pacing up and down the kitchen, and smoking is typically used to relieve stress, and this is why we include it in the film. In our film we can also identify how single parents are part of their own urban tribe. This means that they are identified to be a part of a group of people like goths or chavs. This is a theory by Maeve Suley. We focused on single unemployed mothers as unemployment and dysfunctional families are an important topic in news and current affairs. The idea in our film was to expose the gritty realism of daily life for depressed, unemployed parents. We were hoping that people in similar situations can empathise and identify with our protagonist. This is a theory made by Blumler and his uses and gratifications. We also represented a single parent as not really getting on with her children. This could be down to the stress and difficulties of living and caring for 2 teenagers. We represented this in our opening scene by having short but strong tonal pieces of dialogue. We included some of this in 2 different parts of the clip. One was when the children run into the kitchen for breakfast and the mum says toast or cereal, and Mia, or the girl, replies in a strong tone, cereal. This gives the audience the sense that the girl and mum don't really get on and are at conflict with each other. We get this idea again at the end of the film as the children leave the house and the mother and Mia exchange goodbyes in very angry tones. This would affect the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as they would have a need for love and belonging. The fact that the relationship between Mia and the mother wasn't very loving and strong, the family in a whole is full of stress and doesn't really work well as a group. As well as this, we used natural low-key lighting at the end as it was dark and gloomy to give a feeling of sadness. The soundtrack we used was also very slow and gave a sad feel to the scene. As well as parents not getting on with their children, it is also reversed. We represented this in the breakfast scene as we see Mia's face turn to an aggravated and annoyed expression. She also replies to the mum's question in the same scene. Mia's reply is in a very quick and sort of annoyed tone. We didn't focus just on the representation of single parents, but teenagers as well. We used a stereotype for teenagers as being unorganised. This was a recurring theme throughout the scene, as the children are always rushing around as they are late for school. This connotes how they are not organised in getting up in time for school. We also emphasise this feeling by including a short clip of Mia stopping her alarm clock in the morning. This shows how she wants to stay in bed and later pays the price as she is late for school. We used different camera angles to represent this in the opening scene. One of these was the camera angle of Henry's back as he rushes downstairs. This was used to give a point of view of Mia as they were rushing around. Another angle was the view of the staircase and the children's feet as they ran down, showing the speed and rush of the scene.